Mr. Greene, if you don't mind, let's talk a little bit more about the person, Mr. Greene. What are you a religious man?
Yes, I'm Protestant affiliated.
And what church have you been attending here in Clarendon County?
Yes, I'm a member of Providence AME Churches in the Sugar Hill community in Manning.
Is this where you grew up? Is this the home you grew up in?
Yes, sir.
Well, tell us a little bit about your family. I know your mother unfortunately passed away some years ago, but you also had another brother who passed away as well.
Yes.
And you live here with your father,
Yes.
who has become disabled. Are you his sole caretaker?
Yes.
I mean, your brother lives next door.
Yes.
Is your brother married?
Yes, my brother is married.
So he will come over and assist you with caring for your dad?
Yes. Oh, it was interesting. I was born in Florence, South Carolina. I grew up here in Manning, South Carolina. My father was an assistant principal at Paxville Training School, and he is also an Air Force veteran. And my mother was a teacher at Manning Training School, and my father is a retired soil conservationist. That's with the United States Department of Agriculture, and he stays here. And I grew up here. I graduated from the University of South Carolina and with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. And I'm an Air Force and Army veteran. I was stationed at Shaw Air Force Base and in the United States Air Force, Shaw Air Force Base, South Carolina.
Let's talk a little bit more about your family, because your dad has a wonderful reputation. Tell us a little bit about his involvement with the Democratic Party.
Yes, he's been active in the community. He's been on the Clarendon County Chamber of Commerce and other community organizations.
People tell me that we're right here on the Greeleyville Highway, and that any politician worth their salt who came down this road would stop by to see your dad.
Yes, they would. As my father has his business here on our property. He used to operate a barbershop. My father cut hair for over 50 years. And we even have the Clarendon County Fairground here next door too. And I took my first Ferris wheel ride out here on when the county fair was right out here on our property. Well, he's been involved in the Democratic Party in this county for a long time. You know, he even ran for office 18 years ago. But this is my first time ever running for elected office.
Your father must have inspired you, have been somewhat of that inspiration that you got while over in South Korea defending your country to run for office. Tell us about those thoughts when you were in the service and what you thought you could do to better this country.
Yes, 2 or 3 years ago I was in the United States Army, and 2 years ago I just got back from South Korea. And in South Korea, you know, I did a year tour in South Korea from June of '07 to June of '08, you know, and that's when I first got the idea of running for office, this type of office.
Why did you choose in particular running against Mr. DeMint, who is a Republican powerhouse? How did you choose this race to enter?
It just so happened, you know, as a child I followed politics, and I've always been a Democrat, and it just happened this way. I thought I would start out locally and work my way up, but...
We spoke to the minority whip in the Senate, John Land, who's from your hometown, and he spoke very highly of you, particularly very highly of his dad, who he's known for many, many years. Did you seek counsel from people who are already elected in the Democratic Party?
Well, during the primary, I didn't seek advice from the Democratic leadership.
Is that because most of them were backing your opponent?
Well, I'm not exactly sure who they backed, but my concentration was on the constituents of South Carolina, just the average folks.
Who you connected with?
Yeah, that's who I engaged with.
Tell us about your social life. Are you dating anybody right now?
Yes.
You have a significant person in your life?
Yes.
What does she think about the campaign?
She just likes seeing me on TV, and that's about it.
Well, we'd like to see her on TV. Would she be willing to come on?
Well, I don't think so. I mean,
look what Michelle did for our president. You could have the same thing. Is she as good looking as Michelle? Answer to that is yes.
Yes, yes.
Strong yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yes.
What is her name?
Well, I'm not going to talk about that. You know,
Is she a hometown girl?
A local, pretty.
Did you take her to the prom in high school?
No, I'm not going to talk about it. I mean, I'm just private on that side.
What do? Do you play golf? Tennis?
I hang out with friends. I like listening to music, going to concerts, music concerts, and just.
You take a shot of liquor once in a while?
No, I don't. No, I don't drink alcohol or smoke. I don't drink or smoke. I'm just, just.
You look very physically fit. Do you run? Do you go to the gym?
Yes, I like working out. I like jogging.
When you went to Manning High School and the other public schools here in Manning, were your parents involved?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your activities in school when you were in Manning.
Yes, my parents, like I said, both of them are former educators, and they were involved with me and school, and the activities I were involved in. I was in the Air Force Junior ROTC program when I was in high school. They got that my 11th grade year, and I played intramural basketball. I was on the tennis team my first 2 years of high school, and there are, yes, quite a few activities.
Mr. Greene, this is something that I don't think the public knows, that you're a genuine war-era veteran. Will you share your DD-214 with the public so they can see and recognize you and thank you for your service to this country and recognize you for all the awards and decorations you've received? Will you share your DD-214 with the public?
Yes, I can share my DD Form 214. I think I can do that.
Mr. Greene, this is something I don't think anybody else has seen. This shows that you received a number of decoration and medals. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yes, you see, I have many awards and medals. You see, it's almost full. The space is almost full. There's almost no room.
You have a Good Conduct Medal.
Yes.
You have the National Defense Service Medal.
Yes.
You have the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. You have the Korean Defense Service Medal, Non-Commissioned Officer Professional Development Ribbon, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, Air Force Training Ribbon. Those are a number of medals. I mean, not too many people with. This was over a 3-year period, two-year period in the Army?
Well, yes, and it includes awards that I've received through my entire military career.
At the bottom of this, and it gives the type of discharge you received. Would you point that out to me?
It is honorable. You all have it, I mean...
Mr. Greene, you obviously got a honorable discharge, and there's a lot of people out there who are disrespecting you and trying to infer that there was something that happened in the military that was dishonorable or criminal. You were discharged under administrative conditions. For what reason?
It was an honorable discharge.
But was there an administrative board? Did you go before an administrative board?
No, there wasn't no board.
Did you agree to be administratively discharged?
No, it was a deal like this. It's see, there's a long story with it. I mean, but.
Can you give us just the short version so the public will quit asking this question?
Well, it was similar to what happened similar to the Air Force.
Are there any physical or mental impairments that would subject you to being questioned about your service to the country or about your candidacy as the United States Senator from South Carolina?
No, but I would just say that there are things that we need to improve in the service, and as regards.
Were you ever treated for any mental health issues?
No, but I would like to say that things that we should improve.
Do you have a campaign manager who's helping you, Mr. Greene?
I have a campaign staff and committee that is helping me.
And can you tell us some of the members of that? Are they well-known individuals in the Democratic Party?
Well, that's not important. What is important is the issues and getting our message to the constituents of South Carolina.
But how are you getting that message out? Do you have a game plan? Do you have a goal for raising money? How to raise money? Where to get the money from? Are you going to campaign in earnest before Labor Day, or are you going to take the summer off and try to gather the resources that are necessary to wage a campaign against such an entrenched incumbent?
Well, I started my website last weekend. It's alvingreenforuSsenator.com.
Where do you stand on abortion?
I'm pro-choice.
And does that conflict with your religious teachings at all?
Not really. I'm just pro-choice.
What can you offer the veterans that the Mint can't?
Well, I can relate. I know their needs, what they need from the government. I've been where they've been before. I've been in the trenches in Korea before. I know what it's like. I'm a 13-year military veteran. Almost my entire adult life is in the service.
What's your position on offshore oil drilling on the South Carolina coast?